And welcome. You're tuned into Take My Advice on Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Radio Station KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn, Audible, Amazon Music, Tiki Live, Rumble, Podchaser, Spreaker, you name it, I'm there. Why? Because I want to maximize my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. So there's no gossip on this show, no scandal, no K-words, no Kanye talk, not formerly or now. Here, instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the times. So we have topics and guests to that end. And if you've missed any one of my 1,050 podcast shows, I think I was doing shows before they even started calling them podcasts. You also are able to go to get all my shows on my YouTube channel, free subscribe there, and you'll have access to all of those. It is my 600th consecutive week on the air, on camera, and I just want to if I can't approve of myself, how the fork do I expect anybody else to approve of me? So I just wanted to celebrate that today. And it is Mental Health Monday Matters. Monday. It is not a rainy days and Mondays always get me. Well, one, it's not raining, but we're going up. We're always going #UP. Unlimited possibilities on this show. And I'm so delighted that we actually have a live Dare to come on to the studio. Not a camera, but that's okay. We have a live victim, a volunteer for my Mental Health Matter Mondays. And she has a question and she has life situations that she wants to know what Dr. Marissa can help her with. Be happy. This is not therapy, by the way. This is not a clinical session. It is happiness coaching. You know, that's what I do and what I've been doing for, I'm ageless, so I won't say how many decades, but the tools are from this little workbook that I put out, 8 Ways to Happiness from wherever you are. And she will get, and you can get, a free audiobook copy of this by volunteering to come on Mental Health Monday Matters. After she leaves, I do have a public service information interview with the president of the National Association of Insurance Commissioners about disaster insurance, so want to stay tuned for that. And I'm giving away a pair of tickets, my Asian Oprah giveaway, to a magic show that is on this, it's either Friday or Saturday, but I'll give that at the end of the show so you'll know what keyword to use in my subject line of drmarissa.life. And we have an active cashew gallery today. We have Troy in there. I've covered his happiness for at least 1/24 of my day. That's wonderful. And Maria is also here. So make sure if you have questions and comments to go to my YouTube channel, free subscribe. You'll get an alert every weekday morning to come and play with me and with us. Here we go. Welcome to the show, Lexis. Thank you for coming and being my coachee this morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And we're going to start with breakfast with Dr. Marissa. It is one of the tools that I do use no matter how crazy or overwhelming or what's going on in your life. I would like you to start with taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich. Those of you who follow me on social, you saw the clip Doc Balance on Instagram of me speaking at the Anaheim Convention Center to a wonderful large audience, as I am excited about going back on tour now with my book that got cut short with COVID. But I'm not complaining. I'm still grateful because I got to create the side of me called filmmaker. but we'll talk about that more later. The way we do this, Lexus, is we just go back and forth on what we are grateful for. And gratitude, I define it as things that outside of ourselves. And then we go to appreciation, which is the bottom of the bun, which is what do we like about ourselves. And this particular tool, taking a bite of my gratitude sandwich, is utmost of importance to set your day in the most positive way. So we'll just practice right now. Maria and Troy, please feel welcome to pop in with your gratitudes as well. And it's just one word. So easy peasy. I am grateful for this platform. How's that? What are you grateful for, Alexis?
I'm grateful for the opportunity. You said it has to be something outside of myself.
Yes.
Okay. I am grateful for the meaningful connections that I get to that I get to make just with people. I'm very grateful for genuine connections.
Beautiful. Troy he's grateful for his wife. I am grateful for the sunshine. What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for the opportunity to be a mother.
Yes. How old is your son?
My son is 3.
3 years old, and he's such a sweetheart. I actually met, I forgot about the, but you have your name up here, so we can say it. I actually met Lexus at the Catalina Jazz Festival, and what a beautiful little boy she has. Maria is grateful for that she gets to spend time with her mom. Beautiful. And I'm going to do the last gratitude to round out 8. I am grateful for life itself, that I get another day to hug and hold and create and innovate and talk and inspire and laugh. And that's my favorite sound on the planet. That's the top of the bun. Now we go to the bottom of the bun. What do you like about yourself? Maria and Troy, feel free. What do you appreciate about yourself? And the reason why we do this, Lexus, and this is another thing that I would recommend that you begin to do at the end of the night. And I know you're probably exhausted with a 3-year-old and all the other things you get to do, but to fall asleep not doing this meaningless scrolling, I called it MS, more shiitake scrolling, is not good to fall asleep to. No wonder, I don't know if you have problems sleeping, but there seems to be a sleep epidemic going on right now, and it's no wonder because we're setting up.
We all have a little bit of addiction with scrolling.
So I would suggest that you plug your phone in a different room. That's how I keep myself, because I just don't have the willpower. I hear it going, scroll me, scroll me, scroll me. So I put it in another room to plug it in. But I appreciate my blissipline, hashtag blissipline, most of the time. What do you like about yourself?
We're starting with me.
Yeah.
I like that I have a big heart.
Beautiful. Troy says he appreciates his determination. And Maria appreciates that she continues to do things that she didn't think she could do. And we're going to cut that short. We're not going to go to 8, only because my coachee today has somewhere to go, and I am playing the insurance public service interview as well. So let's just go right into the question of the day. And the question of the day from Lexus is around what? I'll let you speak to what your question is.
I would say.
I forgot to breathe you in. I'm so sorry. Feet on the ground, palms up in your hand. Hope you're not driving. Eyes gently closed. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And Maria and Troy, you can do this along with me. Breathing in and releasing soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees, activating the body, the physical. And then taking another deep breath in and releasing all the stories and the drama. Activating, or I should say, deactivating the mind, clearing it. And one more deep breath in. Activating the spirit, chi, eternal energy, another word for breath and life. And in that breath, and as you exhale, you are connecting with me energetically so that I can provide what the answers are, not from the energy from me, but a collective energy from the wisdom of the universe, the friendly universe. All right. And when you're ready, gently, before you give me your question, this might help assess where the biggest opportunity is. Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, in the area of relationships, generally, okay, give me the number that you would rate your relationships right now. 1 is not great, 10 is fabulous. Please try to keep your number realistic. Around 8 is usually the highest, because we're recovering perfectionists on this show. So on the scale of 1 to 10, where would you say your relationships are?
I would say a 7.
Okay. And health and wellness, same scale.
I would say a 6.
Okay. And job and career, same
That's about
scale.
a 2.
That's you. All right. That's where we're going. Let's see if we can't bring that number up a bit. You can open your eyes now. What would help bring that number up that you have control over? There's a trick to that question.
No.
Yeah. So maybe let's talk about what would help. Maybe you don't have control over. I would bring that number up on job and career if I fill in the blank.
I would bring that up if I was doing something right now that actually genuinely brought me fulfillment and I felt like I was making an impact.
Okay. And what are you doing right now that you feel like you're not?
um, right now that I feel like I'm not. Right now I'm just kind of focusing on school and um I don't feel like that's really um I'm not pouring into the career aspect of my life right now. It's just I'm trying to get through this one phase of, making sure my grades are good and making sure that I'm being a good mom, a good wife. And so um, the career aspect, I, I, I guess I haven't found the balance in it all to be able to still focus on maybe even building up that part and um, maintaining being a great mother, maintaining being a great wife, and getting the amazing grades. So, yeah, I don't know if
Eh,
that makes sense.
Yes, it makes absolute sense. What degree are you getting?
I'm in school right now for business administration.
Is it a bachelor's or a?
Yeah, I'm
It's a
pursuing a
bachelor's
bachelor's
in business
degree.
administration. And your son is 3, and you are married. And how long have you been married?
3 years.
3 years, okay. And I, if I ask you who you are, so if I fill in the blank for me, I am and you're a mother. I am a wife. I am a student, right?
Hmm.
What other things are you? I am a fill in the blank.
I am a spiritual being.
Okay. I am a
I am a
aspiring.
I'm an inspiring motivational speaker.
I am a
I am a
daughter.
I'm a daughter. Thank you. I am a successful businesswoman.
Okay.
I am a woman that makes an impact in the women community.
Okay.
Um,
I am
I am a these things are a little bit harder, I guess, than what you would think.
a.
I am a
Let
hmm,
me tell you why it's because I have a feeling that you're a bit of an overachiever. You're a bit of a recovering perfectionist. You gave that away with great grades. As far as I know, once you leave high school, the grades are important pass fail. But as far as I know, when you put your degree on the wall, it doesn't say you got an A or a B. It just says you have the degree. So that gave it away when you said excellent grades in a bachelor's. And the other reason why people like you, who have a lot on your plate, I'm sure you've heard that expression before. Uh, um, every time I ask you what you are and you put your role in there, there's a weight with that because there's more things that you have to do in order to be the perfect mom, perfect wife, perfect student, perfect aspiring, perfect, perfect, perfect. So
yeah,
every role, if you're defining yourself in your role in your relationship, you're not going to be happy. You're not going to feel happy with your job and career until you have accomplished and achieved all of those things. Now, is that about accurate?
I would say so.
Okay. So here's the hiccup with that. To be a perfect student, perfect wife, perfect mom, perfect future, whatever it is, it is impossible. I'm going to tell you that right now, because when you go to school full time, okay, your professor is going to ask you, as I did when I was a professor for 10 years, Boston University and UCLA and the MBA school. I will ask my students like crazy expectations as if all they are doing is taking my class.
Right.
Okay. Right. And that's their job. Our job is to make you
Yeah.
guys miserable, right? So
Mhm.
then you're sitting in class and you're like, oh my God, how am I ever going to get this done? You go home and your son's like, Mommy, I missed
Yeah.
you. And it's like, oh my God, I've got this to do and that to do for school. And now I have to, oh my God, I forgot he's got this, and that, and he wants to play and I don't have time to play. And then your husband comes home and says, hey, sweetheart, I just love you so much. Let's go and we haven't had a date. I don't want to. And then you are like, just, oh my God, what do I need to do to be a great motivational speaker? I just met somebody. So, my dear, take a breath.
Right. I feel like I'm overwhelmed. I'm over
Yes,
just, yeah.
but who's overwhelming you?
Who's overwhelming me? Me?
Bingo, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Is your husband saying to you, you're a horrible wife.
No.
You're just the worst. I never should have married you. Did it? Is he saying that? Is he even thinking that?
No.
Okay. Is your son saying, Mommy, you're like the what? I hate you. Is he saying that?
No.
Are you failing your class?
No.
In fact, you're probably kicking A in your class. All right. Now, you're not going to like this at all,
Yeah.
but you have the dis-ease of I'll be happy when. And the best thing I can do for you right now is to release you of all of the expectations that you have of yourself that somehow you picked up in around the age of 10. I don't know what kind of family system you grew up in. 7 out of 10 of us have grown up in childhood trauma of some
Mhm.
kind. And one of the things that comes out of that is this very strong voice called the critic that just will keep you from feeling good no matter what. There's
Yeah.
always something to be better at. There's always something to achieve. There's always something you could be doing better. There's always something to beat you up over. And that voice, that that persona that is part of you is driving your life car, and it will drive you off a cliff if you do not today, October 30th, 2023, stop and say, take a breath. I am, okay, repeat after me,
I am.
balanced,
I am
centered,
balanced,
centered
centered.
Lexus.
I am
I
balanced,
am
centered,
balanced,
Lex.
centered Lexus.
I am
Give me the
balanced.
name of it's good. I am
Oh,
balanced, centered Lexus.
I am balanced, centered, Lexus.
And what's a good name? Hi, Otis. Welcome to the studio. If you've just tuned in, it is Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Stitcher, and most importantly, my YouTube channel where you can watch and listen if you free subscribe. And it is Mental Health Matters Mondays, and I'm doing a little coaching session right now with Lexus, who is being tuned up. Her life tires are being balanced as we speak. She is. Do you believe me when I say you are a perfectionist?
Yeah, I would say I want it to
Okay.
be right. I don't want it to not
Yes.
be
And
right.
your perfectionism is a dis-ease, and you can choose to let your critic sit in the driver's seat from now for the next 50 years, and I promise you, you will not be happy even when you have supposedly met the goals of being a motivational speaker, of being making an impact on the world, of all those things that you think are in your future that
Mhm,
your driver
mhm.
is beating you up about. So that's why today is the most important day in your life, in my opinion, because today is the day that you ask your driver, okay, do you have a name for a critic?
Um, we'll call the critic um
My critic's
Sue.
name is Rose. And my mom's name, guess what, is Rose. I'm not bagging on my mom. I'm just saying that she was my primary role model who said to me, see, she's yelling right now with the siren, that she told me I'm fat, ugly, and clumsy to motivate me negatively. And I took all that. And now my critic is bigger than Rose. It takes all of the insults and all of the disappointments and wraps it all together. And my critic Rose is no longer driving my left car because I had a moment, February 22nd, 2009, to put my critic in the passenger seat. And so I'm asking you today, the day before Halloween, appropriate day, to put your critic, what did you call the critic's name?
I'm gonna name it So-So.
So-so. Good name. So, thank you. Repeat after me. So,
So,
I love you very much.
I love you very much.
You've been yelling at me since the beginning.
You've been yelling at me since the beginning.
You got to be tired.
You got to be tired.
I want you to sit in the passenger seat
I want you to sit in the passenger seat
and buckle up your seatbelt.
and buckle up your seatbelt.
You can make comments,
You can make comments,
but
but
I got this.
I got this.
I am balanced, centered Lexus.
I am balanced, centered Lexus.
And so, I have a couple of things to tell you.
So, I have a couple of things to tell you.
Number one,
Number one,
I am a big-hearted person.
I am a big-hearted person.
I am a caring person.
I am a caring person.
I am a kind person.
I am a kind person.
I am a hardworking person.
I am a hardworking person.
And Otis, I see your comments there. You can do this with Lexus at the same time. Put your critic that is telling you that you're never going to make it, that you're a lonely person, that you're not worth anything. Those are lies. And you can put your critic in your passenger seat. Your balance-centered Otis, like balance-centered Lexus, is going to continue to repeat after me. I am good enough
I am good enough.
without accomplishing anything.
I am good enough without accomplishing anything.
I am created loving, lovable, and loved.
I am created, lovable, and
Loving and loved.
loving and love.
I am not going to become a motivational speaker overnight.
I am not going to become a motivational speaker overnight.
I am already making an impact on this world as a student and a mother.
I am already making an impact as a student and a mother.
I am not going to be unrealistic in my expectations of myself.
I am not going to be unrealistic of my expectations of myself.
I am planting seeds with my education.
I am planting seeds with my education.
Otis, did you hear that? Did you repeat after that as well? I think it's wonderful that you're a student as well, because that seems to be the theme today. I am studying for my future.
I am studying for my future.
It is silly for me to think
It is silly for me to think
that I can overnight
that I can
be
be
the goals that I have for my life.
that I can complete the goals that I have for my life.
I know that I'm on the right path.
I know that I'm on the right path.
I know that every day I have the opportunity to grow.
I know that every day I have the opportunity to grow.
I am learning how to be a good student.
I am learning how to be a good student.
I am learning how to be a great mother.
I am learning how to be a great mother.
I am a great mother 80% of the time.
I am a great mother 80% of the time.
I am a great student 80% of the time.
I am a great student 80% of the time.
I am a great wife 80% of the time.
I am a great wife 80% of the time.
Balanced, centered Lexus approves of herself.
Balanced, centered Lexus approves of herself.
balance-centered Otis approves of himself.
Balance-centered Otis approves of himself.
We're going to give Otis a little love here too. I am okay.
I am okay.
Right now, I am learning.
Right now, I'm learning.
Right now, I am having fun with my son.
Right now, I'm having fun with my son.
Today, I'm going to have fun with my husband.
Today, I'm going to have fun with my husband.
Today, I'm going to have fun remembering what I just read in my textbook.
Today, I'm going to have fun remembering what I just read in my textbook.
INTBOAD.
INTOBAD.
And that stands for it's not that big of a deal.
Mm.
And that is the secret word, password to get so. And Otis, I don't know what you're calling your critic, but I want you to name them right now. That voice that tells you that you're never going to have friends, the voice that tells you that you're not good enough, the voice that tells you you're going to fail, the voice that tells you that everybody's smarter than you, the voice, Lexus, that tells you that you're letting your son down because you're going to school, the voice that tells you that you're not a great student because you're not getting an A, the voice that tells you that you really can't do everything that you're set out to do, the voice that tells you that you are, you're not all that, the voice that tells you that you're going to lose everything, that voice is bullshit-talky. We all have that voice. So Rose, Otis's critic, whatever his name is, it is not who you are. Do you hear me? Does balance-centered Lexus hear balance-centered Dr. Marissa? Does balance-centered Otis hear balance-centered Dr. Marissa tell you the truth of who you are? You are not your critic, but you have allowed that voice become so loud in your head that it is robbing you of the joy that is this thing called life. So, is that helpful?
Yes, very, very helpful.
Good, because the only person that your critic is, well, your critic will listen to me, just because. But from this point on, your ability to grow the muscle of your balance-centered Lexus is the most important thing. Balance-centered Otis, very simple, good. Yes, very helpful. I'm super happy that you played along because you are in a phase, you're both in a phase in your life. Every day is a phase of our life to grow in strength of this balance-centered us. If we can't grow this part of us, it's going to be a really long ride of just constant holding your breath. Am I going to make it? Am I going to be okay? And I'm going to tell you, you're okay. No matter what you're doing, just chill. Just go easy on yourself. Okay?
Okay.
Have fun. And this is the work. If you want to work with me, I'm talking to everybody that's listening. If you want to work with me as a happiness coach, I would love it because this is what I get to do. I do this from stage but I love working with people individually. Of course, it's part of my work. I work on a sliding scale. Go to drmarissa.life and just tell me, we'll have a conversation, see what we can do. But this is the work. And because you came on, Otis, you get a free copy of the audiobook of this. It's a workbook. This is why I'm going on tour again. It's helpful for all of us to remember who we really are. Got it?
Yeah. Yes. And
Yay! I'm so happy. I love my job and I love my life. Thank you so much. You got to go take care of your son. So I'm going to
yes.
let you go, but thank you so much for playing along and I wish you the best.
Thank you so much, Dr. Marissa, for having me. And congratulations on your 600 consecutive times of being on air, being on the camera.
Yay. Thank you so much. All right. Say
Bye.
goodbye to you. And I am going to now, hi Cashew Gallery. Wasn't that awesome? I'm just so, God, I love my life. I love my work. But anyways, and I need to get to this before I run out of time. I did have an interview that was very illuminating for me around, it's a public service interview with the National Association of Insurance Commissioners. Her name, let's see if I can't, oh boy, let's see. Why? Oh, I don't need to share that screen. That's why. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I've forgotten how to do this now. Ah, here we go. Video file. Hopefully this will work. Yes, it will. Here we go. And to take my advice, I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. I have a very special guest for you today. And I'm going to just introduce her with a couple of things to think about. Did you know that an earthquake or flood strikes, your insurance policy might not cover the damage to your property unless you also have extra insurance? Actually, I didn't know that. Preparing for a natural disaster includes making plans to secure your finances too. And here to help consumers and myself understand and prepare for the risk is one of the nation's leading insurance regulators, Chlora let me get my glasses. Chlora Lindley-Myers, the NAIC, which she is the president of the National Association of Insurance Commissioners. It's composed of insurance commissioners representing every state who are tasked with regulating and managing the insurance industry. Please welcome President Chlora Lindley-Myers.
Thank you. So nice to be here. It is great to be here.
Yes, great to have you as well. And this is a very, very important topic, especially I live in California, so earthquakes. I'm anxious to hear what you're going to tell me today. Why is insurance for natural disasters important?
It is important because your normal homeowners insurance does not cover natural disasters. So it is imperative for your financial integrity that you purchase earthquake insurance or flood insurance to make sure that that you're financially protected. So that is a very, very high priority that you need to attend to.
Mm-hmm. Now, outside of Alaska, Hawaii, and the West Coast that we're known for with things like earthquake, why should people living in other areas of the country be concerned about earthquakes?
Because a peril like earthquake can happen anywhere and everywhere. And it is not, as I said, it's not covered by your homeowner's insurance. So it is imperative that you have, such coverage. You want to make sure that you are properly covered for that peril should it occur. And that's why you want to make sure that you have insurance so that you're able to take care of yourself. Because even a small tremor, could, disrupt your chimney, which may be covered by your homeowner's insurance, but the fact that it happened because of an earthquake, it would not be covered.
Interesting. And as we're seeing, things that are normal are not necessarily normal, even though some people are saying there's no climate change. I know that we just had a hurricane warning and a hurricane in California, which is unheard of. It actually ended up being a hurricane. So for those of you who are sort of stuck in what used to be, this is really good information to think about and to prepare for. Because if a disaster happens, who pays for the damage? This is really important.
You would pay for the damage. That's why I am encouraging all consumers to make sure that they are properly covered for any of these perils that might occur. You want to make sure that you are financially protected should an earthquake or any of these perils occur. You want to make sure that you are taken care of because you are responsible for the damage.
Got it. And what advice do you have for consumers who believe that they can't afford additional insurance? Especially COVID, everybody's like crying the blues, rightfully so. They don't have as much money, but what do you say? What advice do you have for people who say they can't afford it?
I would tell them to talk to their local insurance agent, broker, and insurance company to make sure that they have a conversation with them, because depending on your locale, there might be some coverages that you can use as a gap type coverage, which is inexpensive, and it will be tailored to your needs. So you want to make sure that you have that conversation to make sure that you have all the coverage that you possibly can for the peril that you're trying to insure against.
And it sounds like it's not necessarily a huge addition. It is something that people could afford. So talk to your insurance broker.
Absolutely, exactly.
Good. What's being done to help raise awareness about earthquakes and climate-related disasters?
What is being done is we're doing public service announcements, consumer education, to make sure that people understand that these various perils are out there and that they need to have the proper coverage. We are certainly making sure that these things are running on the TV, radio, and the like. We just in October had the Great Shakeout to highlight earthquake, and in November we will be having an earthquake summit here in Missouri, where we will be combining all of the local, state, and federal officials with insurance carriers, agents, brokers, to make sure that we are coming together, making sure that all the information that we have, that we're talking that over so that we can disseminate that information to consumers so that they are properly prepared.
Fantastic. Where can consumers find help with insurance problems? Online?
Absolutely. You can go online to NAIC.org to get information about consumer resources, consumer protections, and to compare various insurers. Also, you should contact your local state insurance department. They are your insurance allies, and they will assist you with whatever issues that you might have with an insurance agent, broker, or company.
Fantastic. Well, I'm so glad that I got a chance to chat with you. I love your name, Chlora, and I love colorful women. We share that, and I'm so glad that you have this group, NAIC, that is providing the education that we need, and that everybody stay safe and remember to have the best day ever. Go to www.naic.org for more information to protect you and your loved ones. Thank you very much. It's rare that I mute, but I was just muted for a second. That was a public service interview with the president of the National Association of Insurance Commissioners, reminding you, to be protected. And some people say, well, that's not really living in the moment. Do you really need I remember Esther Hicks talks about, you create your reality, law of attraction, you can be, do, or have anything. And then some people say, does that mean I can drink Clorox bleach and not have it affect me? And her answer, I think, is, why would you? So I'm just saying, if there's a way to, just in case, insurance is not a bad thing to have. I know that there's a lot of people who, I mean, I'm not saying that the industry doesn't need some help sometimes. And yes, it does seem unfair that the people on top are making a lot of money off of all the premiums, and the people who, you hear about people who aren't getting, compensated even after. I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on the insurance that is helpful. I'm focusing on the cases, and in a lot of cases when, there's critical care. I just got my health and life insurance license so that I can also help with, that area, because it's really difficult to be happy and to choose happiness if you're always, in fear or you're thinking about loss. So that's my that's my 8 cents worth or opinion on that. All right, let's see what's going on here. I'm so proud of Otis. I don't know if he's still here. I'm hoping he kind of went to study, because I know he has some exams. Let's see, we've got everybody saying hello to everybody, and I just called out Maria's critic, who was beating her up on not saying hello to everybody in the chat by person. And it truly is our critics. And let me just reiterate, those of you who were not here earlier for my coaching, my happiness coaching, which is what I do on Mondays. If you'd like to participate in that and actually be in my studio asking a question or having me help you up-level your happiness, just go to drmarissa.life and put in there happiness coaching, and I'll schedule you for a Monday to come on and do that. Or you can also take advantage of the coaching that I have on my website. You can schedule a session with me. I am not a clinical psychologist. I'm an organizational psychologist by choice. I am, not knocking clinical psychologists, but the BS belief system that you have to go for years and years and years to work through trauma is not, in my experience, has worked for me. I've created a program, not for everybody, but those of us, especially who've had childhood trauma. It's all captured in this book, which, people have embraced this and made it a #1 bestseller. So I know that it works. I know it worked for me. And you experience a little bit of it. One of the interventions is to remember who you are, to remember that you're not that voice criticizing you or telling you that you're not enough. That's not who you really are. You are your balanced-centered self, and that's what we did earlier. So all of us, if you, let's see, Dr. Omega, I have 2 parents currently in the hospital. I'm very thankful they have insurance coverage. Thank you for validating my thought there. And we are, the baby boomers are all now in that place with the uncertainty with the government, with the uncertainty of Medicare, their Social Security. There's now on the website, it says it's not going to last. So instead of living in fear, do something about it. That's one of the reasons why I got licensed. So you can come and ask me questions around what's the best coverage for you. I just certified myself in California, Covered California, if you're in California, so that I can help with that as well. Once you're in that, you feel better about having some insurance, then you're not worried so much. And then I have you focus on things that are going well. And I think no matter how much insurance you have, to go back on myself here for a second, if you're always focused on how sick you are, how much pain you're in, how bad you feel, guess what? The law of attraction and the momentum of thinking that for a while, you will actually create illness. And Dr. Deepak Chopra just came out with another article. He's a medical doctor who says that there are two emotions that will make your immune system sick: anger and hostility. So if you are consciously angry and feeding your anger with more things, MS, meaningless scrolling, to feed your anger, you are making yourself sick. There's three emotions on the other side, on the other hand, that will help your immune system and your cells sing in harmony. And the one that's peace, love, and the one that's surprising is creativity. I didn't know that. So by being creative and taking up hobbies and taking up, doing those, I was doing Candy Crush. It's my, little bit of creativity. I got to like 10,000 something. And then I thought, I'm going to do something else now. And so now I'm doing like crosswords or word finds and playing mahjong, because it keeps that creative side of me playing the piano again, writing songs again, writing. So filmmaking, all of those keep me healthy. And I, knock on wood, have not had the C word, either one of them. So anyways, I'm gonna get the signal. I probably already have. Yep. From my sound engineer, Frank. I have 3 minutes left. I want to give away a pair of tickets to theater, Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna have you join me because share quickly share. I'm giving away a pair of tickets to a magic show, and we're going to have a lot of fun. A lot of us are going this Friday. Carbonaro, which is one of my favorite pastas. He is a producer and magician, and he's going to have a show. He's had a show on a hit show on True TV, The Carbonaro Effect. So this Friday, the first person to go to drmarissa.life is at the beautiful Saban Theater, which my big brother speaks at every Sunday at Agape. Michael Bernard Beckwith, he's the one that introduced me to Oprah as the Asian Oprah. A lot of information there. But go to drmarissa.life, and if you fill in right here, just scroll down. And if you need a motivational speaker, there's a place for that too. But if you scroll all the way down, just put in here subject line Saban, or actually put magic, and you'll get a free pair of tickets to this Friday, and you'll join me there. All right, that is it for today's rendition. Let's see how much time we have. We've got 1 minute left. So wish you could go. I know, I wish you were here too. And Twitter's about, oh yeah, I actually deleted my Twitter account. I'm tired of hearing about, what's his name? So anyways, that is it for today's rendition of Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. It's all about balance, peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. Tune in tomorrow. And then now go, thank you, Cash Gallery, for joining me. Now go and have the best day ever. We'll see you.